When it comes to the woman who saw a fake passenger on her flight, no one is asking a real important question. Why were the other passengers acting so bizarre? You are now within minutes of horror, and your only chances of survival is hitting that like button. With that being said, let's continue on with the video. There are 1,001 different theories about this woman on this flight and what happened to her. Some say she was drunk, popping pills, a combination of both. Some say she had a psychotic breakdown, maybe she's a schizophrenic. Others say she may have saw a demon, a ghost, maybe a reptilian shapeshifter, or an artificial human. Now, we don't know 100% what this woman is going through or what she saw, but let's say for the sake of this video, she actually did see something that was not normal. Let's say she saw an artificial human, or maybe a demon. Now, if she did see something that scared her, her reaction is genuine. Again, she saw something that was not normal, and we're going to go with that theory for the sake of this video, like I said. But the passengers did see something that was not normal to them. They saw a woman who, by all accounts, was acting crazy, was disturbing the peace on this flight. But their reaction to her reaction was not normal. Now, before we get into what I find strange with the passengers, I do want to point out a couple things that happened on this flight. One of the questions that I have is, why was no one recording the seat or the person that was being accused of not being real or being accused of stealing the earbuds? Now, in every quote-unquote Karen video that I have seen, the video has shown the accuser and the accused. And you mean to tell me on a crowded flight where she was already causing a ruckus, accusing a black male of stealing her earbuds, where I'm sure there was a scene, no one has video footage of this? The only time we see video footage of different angles is where she's saying she wants to get off the flight. She even says in any video I have seen, "I don't care about my stuff. I just want to get off the flight."
I don't even give a fuck about my shit. Sit there.
And that leads into my next question. Was there a narrative being placed on her before video footage started being recorded? She saw something she was not supposed to see. She started panicking. And in order to save face, whoever else knew about whatever was on this flight, perhaps the workers, in order to save face, try to place a narrative on her that she's some racist Karen, that she was going off on a black male. Because the whole time we hear her say, "I don't care about my stuff." She never once mentions not caring about her earbuds. She just says, "I don't care about my stuff." They're placing a narrative on this woman by saying, "Well, you accuse somebody of taking your stuff." She says, "I don't care about my stuff." She never once says, "I don't care about my earbuds." I want to see the video footage of her having this Karen rant that we see all over YouTube. And what's even more bizarre is that one of the first videos that came out that shows a different angle than what we see in the media, the title of that video is "Karen Has a Meltdown." I am telling you, I am onto something here. A narrative was placed on this woman when the workers and whatever other passengers who knew of this being, or whatever this was, this artificial intelligence, let's say, was on this flight, and she saw it maybe glitching out and panicking. This is when they sprung into action and placed a narrative on this woman as a crazy Karen. So when she does come out, if she ever is found, and she does come out and gives an interview, now this woman looks like a crazy racist. No matter what she says, now in the public is the perception that she's a crazy racist. Now we're going to talk about how the rest of the passengers were acting. Now we have a woman who again is disturbing the peace on an airplane, a crowded airplane. And we have nobody with a sense of urgency. Now they're not in flight, they're still on the ground. And as she gets up to leave, nobody gets up out of their seat to look at what she's looking at. Nobody takes their phone to record on the plane or record the spot of where she saw this non-human. Everybody's acting very strange, very still, very calm. This crowded plane are watching a woman who is causing chaos, talking about a non-person, and they're all sitting still looking at her as if they're watching a play. Now, as she continues to cause chaos and yell about this non-human and how she wants to get off this flight, as she's walking down the aisle, she walks past a man who is sitting down with very dark sunglasses. He does not turn his head not once to look at the chaos that's going on. Matter of fact, he has this dead stare as he's looking forward. Now, this man could be blind and deaf. Yes, that's true. These people do exist. But as she heads to the front of coach and she turns around to tell people that she's getting off this flight because that man back there is not human, even their reaction is kind of strange. Nobody stands up to look. There is no sense of urgency. All they do is just slightly turn their head back, and some of them only do this, and then instantly turn back to stare at her. Some didn't even look back. They just continue to stare at her, as if they're in a daze, as if they're being compelled. And then at one point she tells them, "You can all stay and die with him." There is no shock, there is no gasp at what they're being told.
And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to. And there's
Even if this woman is crazy and they all hear, "You can all stay with this man and die on this plane," nobody's like, "Wow, she said that." No, there's crickets, complete silence. Now, I know I'm going to have some people that are going to say, well, this is a normal reaction. They didn't know what to think. They just sat there and stayed quiet. Not me. Not my ass. 30,000 miles in the air on something that could be on this plane. No. You would be hearing me in the background of that video yelling at my wife, "Get your ass up. We're getting off this plane now." I don't care if this woman is crazy. I am not going to be trapped 30,000 miles in the air with a possible situation. You mean to tell me all these people in coach have not seen one Final Destination movie? I don't buy it. This is coach we're talking about. These are my people. I can't afford first class. So I know what these people in coach are thinking. They have the same mind frame as me. Something's about to go down. I have to get off this plane now. This woman who saw something, her reaction is normal. If you believe the theory that she did see something that was not right, then her reaction was normal. Now, whether she is crazy, whether she saw something, whether she was drunk, these people are seeing something that is not normal. They are seeing a woman acting crazy on a flight, and their reaction is abnormal. And the only thing that's ever said during all of this, from this angle anyway, is one person who oddly says bye to her.
You can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
And in the other angle, where we see a lot more or hear a lot more from a different angle, we see that there's this attorney that's standing behind her that's talking to her, telling her, "You better stop. I'm an attorney." It almost comes off to me like the woman is telling her, if you say anything, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Now, there are those that say that this attorney was the family member of the person she was accusing of taking her earbuds. But again, I want to see this Karen video. I want to see this Karen rant where she was accusing somebody of taking her earbuds, because there are 1,001 Karen videos on YouTube that show the accused and the accuser. But you mean to tell me on a crowded flight, nobody has not one video of her starting to cause ruckus, of being a Karen and having this racist outbreak, accusing a black male of stealing her earbuds? I don't buy it. I want to see that video. Now, in my next video, I am going to talk about the passengers on the flight of the man who also saw something as he was traveling to Europe just one day prior. The passengers on that plane were acting also very strange. And why I want to keep it a separate video, because I'm going to go deep into the conspiracy theory with that one. That video freaked me out. The passengers on that plane freaked me out more than the passengers on the American Airlines plane. So if you want to see that video and you like this channel, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement can help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.